All right, so today we're going to be talking about somebody I don't really know that much about because I don't even watch Star Trek, to be honest. But we're talking about actor Jolene Blalock, and I'm going to be calling this From Vulcan to Maxim, a Stellar Star Trek Babe. That title may be the best thing about this particular episode because I'm not really that much of a Star Trek nerd, although oddly enough, I did interview the composers to Star Trek Picard. So, yeah, I can say that much. It's a little bit weird. I must admit I've never watched that much Star Trek, but when you're an entertainment writer and you have these publicists emailing you and stuff, you sort of leap at these opportunities. And it might bum some people out there to know that yes, there are some of us who do interview pieces without really necessarily knowing the material. But it's a dark little secret that interview pieces don't really do that well anyway. So that's like a little bit of you know fan revenge, I guess, against the people who are pretending that they are really knowledgeable about a series. But I did enough research for that interview that I was actually capable of asking questions. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I'm getting way distracted right from the start. Some of you are probably like, I don't want to listen to this. He's not even talking about Jolene Blalock at this point. And you would be correct, but that's the way it goes sometimes. I get sidetracked. I'm not always a professional at this podcast. But anyway, Jolene Blalock is an American actress and model. Well, I'm sure you knew the actress part already, or actor part. She was born on March 5th, 1975, in San Diego, California. She's known for her roles as Sub Commander T'Pol on the television series Star Trek Enterprise, which again, I must admit I haven't seen, even though I have watched some Star Trek. It's not like I've never seen any episodes, but I'm just not that hardcore of a fan that I've seen every last little vestige of Star Trek franchise lore. But anyway, that show apparently aired from 2001 to 2005. I do know that I guess it starred Scott Bakula as well, right? I believe. And others may know Jolene Blalock as one of the girls of Maxim. So I guess she's sort of like a hot Spock in a way. Because yes, T'Pol is, from what I understand and from what the pictures seem to suggest, she is a Vulcan science officer serving aboard the Starship Enterprise in the early days of Starfleet. So, yeah, she's a considerable part of the lore because she was there in the early days, you know? So, yeah. Before her role in Star Trek Enterprise, Blalock had appeared in various television shows and films. She began her career as a model before transitioning to acting. In addition to her work in the Star Trek franchise, Blalock had some guest roles in other television series such as Stargate SG-1, CSI Miami, and JAG, which, I have to admit are shows that I've also not watched. So I'm like really unqualified to talk about her. So this is, you know, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing here. This is just um, giving you a basic idea of who this person is. Outside of acting, Jolene Blalock has been involved in various charitable activities, and at least according to random blurbs about her online, she's been active in the cause for animal rights. She's been an advocate for the non human animals. While Star Trek Enterprise marked a significant part of her career, she has also worked on other projects and continues to be active in the entertainment industry to some capacity, although it appears she hasn't really been doing that much um, lately. I'm not sure what's up with that. But she was in Starship Troopers 3, which I've seen the first Starship Troopers movie. Um, that's the one with the giant bugs, I believe, that are attacking humans. Well, they're like alien bugs. It's an entertaining movie. I will say that much. But I haven't seen the third installment of that. So, we're not really that qualified to talk about her unless we've seen these kinds of things. So I'm really just giving this general information, and as I'm doing more of this, commentary on TV shows and movies, I'm really going to be focusing on that more in the future, hopefully, because why not? Why not do that? As crappy as some of these episodes might be, it's guaranteed that they're still going to be better than some episodes floating around out there. I think that a lot of podcast episodes are boring, so I think I'm not going to be that unique in that sense of like one of my episodes is a failure, like this one probably is. But but anyway, we're going to also have some more political stuff every once in a while that I'm going to be talking about. But this is just a little bit of a break from that because, right now in the world, there are so many crazy things going on that I just can't properly talk about at the moment. I mean, for one thing, there's like a genocide going on that you're not even allowed to call a genocide, and stuff like that. It's a real special era that I'm living in, and kind of makes me wish that I could get in a time machine and or maybe travel down into some wormhole or whatever and go on a space adventure like T'Pol apparently does. But anyway, that's about all I've got to say about this. Sorry to intersplice political topics into this, but that's a way that I do things sometimes. Just randomly throwing around different topics, getting distracted, and hopefully at least being vaguely entertaining along the way. Because let's face it, entertainment is a huge part of what American life is about. And I'm guilty of that myself. I can't really cope with reality, so I need distraction. And that's why we've got these things like Star Trek or whatever. And well, that might be a little oversimplification, I suppose. I'm sort of, you know, um, one of those people who sometimes likes to s- sort of defend the entertainment industry because sometimes it does actually create content that will make people think. And I suppose that Star Trek can do that sometimes, in the episodes that I've watched. And it should be remembered that well, I believe this is the case, but the first interracial kiss in TV history was on Star Trek. So, I mean, you can say what you want about, a space related sci fi show on TV, but it did make history in a few key ways, and it has a pretty intense fan base. But anyway, I've said enough now. I'm going to, well, go look up those pictures on Maxim, like if they got a website. All right.